It's still alive, back with another one, bro. And this one is just asking the question straight out: Is SGA a cheater? Is the NBA is the MVP a cheater? We gonna find out. I think he definitely manipulates the game. Is he a cheater? I mean, you can call it what you want. He manipulates the fuck out of it, and I think it needs to be stopped.
The other night, I watched SGA drive downhill, shove his defender with his offhand.
By the way, though, this is from 2025. So I've been watching ones from this year, and I kind of wanted to go back and watch from last year because it wasn't even as bad last year as it is this year. Last year he was only averaging 9 free throws a game. This year he's averaging 12, I think.
Shot, and somehow he got the foul call.
He stumbled a bit. Count it and one. SGA with a bit of a lift when he comes up with a chance for a three-point play.
That's just one of the millions of times where he's flopped, embellished, manipulated the system, and we all know it.
I feel like Shea is getting this whistle that nobody else in the playoffs is getting.
And then he got 9 free throws in the first quarter. It's a lot for one player.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is treated by the refs as if he's playing by a different
And
set
we're
of
gonna
rules.
open up a brand new cart right now.
What frustrates
Smoke up
everyone
with me if
is
y'all
the
are
fact
smoking
that the other
on
players
while you
don't
watch
get these
this, man.
calls.
Roll up,
They get
grab
hacked,
your vape, grab your
slammed,
cart. Not your
ignored.
vape. I
And
do
the
vape
strangest
because I'm
part,
trying to slow down
the
on my
NBA
smoking. But
didn't just watch this happen. They rewarded it with an MVP trophy. So now I'm asking the question every
and
real
now they've
NBA
rewarded
fan
it with
should be
2
asking.
NBA trophy or
What's
MVP
really
trophies.
going on here? Well, to answer that one simple question, I did my homework, spent hours watching film, dug through the numbers, and then looked even deeper at what those numbers might be hiding. And what I found tells a story that nobody ever really talks about.
Damn. Yeah. And the fact that this was being talked about last year already, and I was talking about it last year already too, but it has gotten worse this year is a problem, and they're still allowing it. It has to be fixed like soon, or I think the NBA isn't gonna have much of viewership left in 5 to 10 years. If they continue to let this go on and more players continue to pick up on it, because like Tyrese Halliburton said, it's a part of basketball because he thinks it's okay to do this. It's okay to play like this, and it's not. It's not okay to play like this.
Hey guys, a while back my computer got hacked. Someone stole my credit card information and started racking up because it happened maybe even while Waze PM or airport you with something now guarantees SGA. I like SGA. He's a family team first kind of guy. Focused, grounded, and never one to get caught.
All true. I think he's a great dude. I think like that's why I was saying in my other video. I think his story could be one of the greatest stories ever told. But this narrative is above his story now because of the way he plays on the court. He came in a underdog, came into a team that KD and Russell Westbrook couldn't even get to a championship for. And then he came in like what, the 35th pick or something? Like he wasn't even close to the number one. I'm not sure. I wasn't watching it super hard back then, but because there was about 5 to 6 years of my life where I didn't watch basketball from like 18 to like 24. But like I grew up watching it, and I watched basketball during them years, but I didn't follow it as hard. And I think he was drafted in 2018 or something like that. I don't know when he was drafted, but
Caught up in drama or distractions. He carries himself with poise and leads the NBA's top team with the maturity of a true pro. And when it comes to pure skills, he's one of the best in the league.
all true.
But with all that being said, however, every time I watch him play, I feel the same frustration fans do. Shea is painful to watch.
Hard to watch.
He's really making the Thunder unwatchable, and now the Western Conference Finals is unwatchable. I mean, seriously, what the is even the point of watching? Meanwhile, Silver is scratching his head as to why viewership is down.
Exactly.
The internet is actually blowing up over this, and I don't blame them. Take this play, for example. SGA clearly trips over himself, but somehow the refs still blow the whistle.
Pick and roll. And I don't know if that's a foul. I think he lost his balance. We're going to have to check that out on replay.
Or look at this one, where he jumps, flails his legs midair, and gets the call. This was so egregious that every Nugget on the floor threw their hands up in disbelief. And just look at Jamal here, trying to explain to the ref what actually happened. Now, look at this one. The man literally jumps sideways into his defender and gets the call.
See, just go to the hoop and try to score. That's what I'm saying. He made a great move, a great play. He would have just easy layup. Just try to score instead of this. Like, just play basketball.
It's unbelievable. Game after game, on the biggest stages in basketball, we're watching someone manipulate the system to such a degree that he becomes unguardable.
And with the calls that Cheate gets, it's hard. It's hard to shut him down. You can't touch him at any time of the game.
You can't.
No one's saying Shai Gilgeous-Alexander isn't a great player. But when your most effective weapon is getting to the line, yeah, people are going to start talking.
It's so frustrating to play this team because
I think the game that he had 67, he shot 30 or made 32 free throws or something like that. That's insane, dude. So, like, he would have had a 35-point game without free throws. That's insane.
ton. And then, you can't really touch Shai.
You can't touch him
If
at
the
all.
calls were the same on both ends, fine, that's fair. But the truth is, other players don't get the same treatment. I mean, just look at Ant here. He's getting bumped on the drive, hit at the rim on the way up, and still no whistle.
Because he's not trying
Or
to sell
check
it.
out
Because he just goes up. He's not trying to sell it. If he doesn't get the call, he's not trying to sell it. He's just playing basketball. That's what I want to see. I don't like this.
this play. Edwards takes contact on the way to the rim. Then SGA puts both hands on him as he goes up. But again, there's no whistle. And don't even get me started on Steph Curry.
Oh yeah, Steph Curry's
He's
never
been
had a
getting tossed
whistle.
around all season like it's part NFL, part NHL, and still can't buy
I think
a trip.
Steph Curry's had the worst whistle of anybody's career I've ever seen. He gets beat the fuck up 24/7 and doesn't get a whistle, dude, at all.
to the line. I know this is just a small sample, but this is exactly what we're seeing night after night. Now, the real question is, do the numbers actually back up the eye test? Is there solid data to support what we're seeing?
You said you held on to this for almost 15 years.
15 years, yeah. Because when you're in the
Bro, this shit, if y'all see this, you know this is all AI, right? Please know this is AI.
In the 2025 postseason, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is averaging 9 free throws per game.
Boom,
But honestly,
boom,
given the playoff landscape,
boom,
that number doesn't sound all that outrageous.
boom.
So,
Sorry,
if
y'all. I
this
like
is
that.
the case, why does he have nicknames like Free Throw Merchant or Foul Artist? Well, let's dig deeper. For the 2025 playoffs, SGA is taking 16 shots from inside the arc, where defenders are most called for fouls. Now, let's compare him to 4 other superstar guards.
That shit's got me bobbing my
Anthony
head.
Edwards, Steph Curry, Jalen Brunson, and Tyrese Halliburton. At first glance, yeah, they get to the line less than SGA. But at the same time, they just don't take as many shots inside the arc. So here's the million-dollar question. What if they did? Well, let's normalize everything here. If every player took 16 shots inside the arc, just like SGA.
This is last year, though. Take this into for granted. His numbers have went up. Last year, he was getting 9 free throws a game on average. But really, this year, he's shooting like 12 free throws a game on average. And you also have to take in consideration they do this very strategically. On games where they blow out to a big lead early, SGA doesn't foul bait on them games and stuff. He keeps his free throw levels down. So he'll have games where the games are blowouts the whole game, and he only shoots 4 free throws the whole game, 3 free throws the whole game. But then it's games where it's a close game where he needs every point, and he shoots 20 free throws, 15 free throws. Like, you know what I mean? Like ridiculous numbers of free throws. It's crazy.
Meaning we ignore threes and focus strictly on the areas where fouls are most often called. Here's what the numbers reveal. Yeah. So, if we're strictly going by the numbers, the foul calls for Cheate don't look all that outrageous. In fact, they seem pretty reasonable. It just looks like he attacks the paint more. Even if you dig into other numbers, like how his free throws stack up against past MVPs, or advanced stats like drives per game, it all points to the same thing. He's not getting more favorable treatment than other high-volume foul drawers. So, wait. Does this end the conversation?
No.
Does this mean
Not
the
at
free
all.
throw merchant label is totally unfair? Just a side effect of how much Cheate attacks the paint? Do we owe SGA an apology? Did we?
Because there's a difference between going to the rim that much and actually getting fouled that much, and then getting to the line that much in the paint because you are initiating the foul.
And for no reason? Should everyone who called him a free throw merchant maybe write a little sorry bro in the group chat?
Because these aren't
Well,
fouls.
In 1954, Daryl Huff published one of the best-selling stats books of all time. It was called How to Lie with Statistics.
Bro, what have I been saying this whole time? That's crazy. I only watched the first like 2 minutes of this video. I have not watched this whole video. I watched a little bit of it. I was like, okay, this would be a good video to react to. And then I liked it, and then now I'm watching the rest. And I literally talking about how they lie with stats. And
it didn't just sell copies, it sold strategies. And the very first lesson in the book? Averages can be manipulated like crazy. Which brings us to SGA. Now, this isn't a fact, just a theory, a possibility. But stick with me, and you'll see how deep the rabbit hole might go. One of the easiest ways to manipulate averages, especially free throw averages, is to skew the numbers. Here's what I mean. Don't give players free throws in blowouts where the calls aren't needed. But in close games, give them every whistle and make them untouchable.
wow, what I was saying.
Those quiet blowout games bring down his average. So when you glance
This is exactly what I was just saying. That's wild. Don't call it on blowout games. You bring down his average. That's wild. This dude made this big win in the 1950s. In the 1950s, a dude made a book talking about this already. That's fucking wild, dude.
those quiet blowout games bring down his average. So when you glance at the overall averages, it all looks fair, balanced, reasonable. Now, I'm not saying this is what's definitely happening.
It's clear as day.
But it's one clear example of how numbers can lie. Another trick Huff points out, a big one, is called bias by omission. Now, here's what that looks like. In the 2025 regular season alone, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 7 games with 15 or more free throws.
Wild.
Now, let's look at Steph Curry, a guy who gets hacked, bumped, grabbed, shoved, off ball, on ball, every single game.
Yeah, Curry has the worst
Now,
whistle.
Guess how many 15-plus free throw games he's had?
0.
Not in 2025, Not over the last few seasons.
What?
Across his
Two,
entire
1 or 2?
16-year career.
Well, it's probably 1 or
Take a
2.
guess.
I bet it's 1 or 2.
20?
No,
Nope.
hell no.
10.
Fuck no.
Try again. 7. Still
I
wrong.
don't think it's that much either.
The answer is 3.
3.
Let that sink in.
Wild. That's absolutely wild. 3. Crazy.
Because their overstimulated brain is
in. SGA doubled Steph's 16-year career total of 15-plus free throw games in just 1 season.
Wild.
The stats won't show what isn't called, because if the whistle never blows, it's never recorded. And this is what's called bias by omission.
Facts. Okay.
Now, I get it.
Makes sense to me.
Some of you are probably thinking, all right, interesting theory.
Makes
But there's
one.
no hard proof that this is happening with Shea. This just sounds like another wild conspiracy. Fair enough.
The eye test
Innocent
never
until
lies.
proven guilty, right? That's how it works in courtrooms. You need hard evidence, clear facts, undeniable proof. Something you can observe, verify, and lay out without question. But here's the other side of that coin. Let me ask you something. Suppose the basketball gods told you it was true, that Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is, in fact, gaming the system. Or that the NBA is actually giving him a boost, helping him rack up more free throws than he really deserves. Now, it's on you to prove it. But how would you even start? What would actual proof even look like? Well, I thought long and hard about it. And honestly, there are only a few ways you could prove it.
Let's hear how we got to his conclusion on proof here. I'm interested now. I'm into this now. Let's find the fuck out.
Truth is, every one of them is basically impossible. I mean, first, there's option 1. The NBA comes out and flat out admits they're influencing calls to help SGA. But let's be real, that's never going to happen.
I don't think that's what's happening. I don't know. They might. I do feel like they're trying to push a storyline. But I really think that certain players just get away with certain shit, and unless the NBA cracks down on it and says no more of this, we're gonna stop this shit. I just don't know if the NBA will be around in 10 years, honestly, because the viewership's getting worse and worse.
So that brings us to option 2. You'd have to track every single call and every missed one in every single game.
It's a
But
lot.
let's be honest, that kind of analysis is impossible right now.
It's a lot. Like the games I went through, one of the Lakers games, and did a video that I posted on my social media, but I took it down because I posted it late as fucking night and it didn't do shit for views. But and it literally had like 15 or 20 missed or bad calls before halftime.
Then, like I already showed, even if you dive deep into advanced statistics, we've already seen how numbers can be skewed and how bias by omission warps the picture. So, like I said, getting absolute proof is pretty much impossible. So, does that mean we're left with nothing?
It's
No
just
evidence?
clear as day.
No case? Just the fact that he moves well, sells contact, and somehow keeps getting to the line? Well, not exactly either. Let's take a look at what we do have.
What we see with our eyes.
Points 1 and 2 are pretty clear. I've already touched on those, so let's jump straight to number 3. And that's the fact that the NBA has always built its brand on faces. And now, with LeBron, Steph, and KD aging out, the league needs its next star. And
I don't think this is the man to do it with the way he plays. I think there's better people. Because I don't think OKC would be near the team that they are if they if the whistle was called fair during the games. I don't think that they would. I don't think that they would have the record that they have, and I don't think they would be near as good because Chet flops in foul baits, Shea flops in foul baits. A few other ones on the team are real bad about it. Hartenstein flops like a motherfucker, dude. One of my dogs is having a dream, doing that noise in his sleep. But man, yeah, freaking, I think it has to stop.
And SGA? Well, for starters, he's got a Kobe like game. And beyond that, he checks all the boxes. He fits the.
I think his footwork and shit is Kobe like, but he doesn't have a Kobe like game because you can't even put him in the same conversation with Kobe because Kobe didn't go out there playing like this. Kobe played ball. And if he got fouled in the midst of playing basketball, cool. But he was not going out there playing this unethical basketball. He wasn't. Kobe wanted to kill you. He wanted to like literally hurt you out there. Not hurt you physically, but he wanted to hurt you. Like, he went out every game, hurt or not, and played as hard as he could. And that's why he's my favorite player of all time. And that's why he's my number 2 of all time, right behind MJ.
Mold almost perfectly. Points 4 and 5 edge into conspiracy territory, but they're compelling and have ignited some of the biggest debates in NBA circles. So, no, there's no clear-cut evidence, nothing you can take into a courtroom and say, look, this is undeniable proof that SGA's cheating or that the NBA is giving him special treatment. But the breadcrumbs are everywhere, plenty of them. And let's be honest, shady stuff happens in the NBA all the time. But honestly, this isn't just about basketball. It's a reminder for all of us. In life,
I mean, like, yeah, shady stuff like that happens, the trades and shit, but that's just behind the scenes stuff. I'm okay with that stuff. If there's behind the scenes trading and chances of a team that shouldn't have got a first round pick getting a first round pick, whatever. Cool. Whatever. As long as when the players are on the freaking court, the games are played fair. The whistle is called fair. I understand refs are human and they fuck up shit all the time and they are not perfect. You know what I mean? But you can call a fair whistle. There's clear bias and it's not funny and it's ruining the game and it's fucking hard to watch. Like, unless I'm watching a team that's playing against OKC, like the Spurs or Lakers or somebody like that, I am not watching OKC. They're hard to watch. It's really unbearable to watch. But
constantly being fed polished narratives. But the truth is, people lie. Data gets manipulated. And while we wait around for some official explanation, the real answer is often right there, hiding in plain sight. Learning to ask better questions, to look beyond the numbers, to understand the intent behind what we're being shown. That's a skill we all need in today's world. But if we blindly trust the headline, the highlight, or the stat sheet, we miss what really matters. So, to answer the question, is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander actually cheating the system or getting help from the NBA? Well, I'll leave you with 2 thoughts about this. 1, sometimes what you see is more real than what you can prove.
Thanks.
And 2, SGA isn't exactly doing himself any favors.
whether he's getting help specifically from the top or it's just that he's flopping in so much and he's just getting the favorable whistle because of that. It's, you know what I mean? There's a clear bias going on, and either the NBA needs to step in and say, okay, this shit has to stop, or I just don't think the NBA will be around in 10 years. But let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. It's still live checking out. Peace out.